The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Minnesota Vikings and the Washington Redskins. This is taken at his 4. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Let's get off the field, D. Done. Watch it. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. Check 31.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. The tally there, minus 2 yards, brings up 3rd down. On 3rd down, Cousins. And he's got his man. That's Landry. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the 1st down as well. On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. On 2nd down now, it's Hunt. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3.
But when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, 1st round went to the offense, 2nd round the defense.
Gun.
First carry for the Boise State Bronco, Alexander Madison. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 3, he got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the 1st. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. They'll run on 1st down. Hunt. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, it's Hunt. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. It's a gain of 34. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game. And it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Jarvis Landry, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And that makes the score 7-0. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be taken short. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. First carry for Darius Geis. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can try to have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. On 2nd down now, it's Hunt. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Cousins from the gun on 3rd. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. The Vikings send out their punter. The Redskins have Greg Stroman back deep. go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. Now Haskins to throw it. And he finds McLaurin. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Gun. All right, now here we go.
They'll start with Hunt on the ground. Shaq Thompson on the tackle that time.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Cousins. They'll go screen here to Hunt. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain there of 21 yards.
Hey, we're good, we're good.
Watch the slap. Watch the slap. Watch the slap.
56. Mike.
Cousins now to throw on 1st down. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Tight end Irv Smith, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter. A lot of time to change things. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Check it out. Check it out.
Boy. Gun.
From the gun, here's Cousins. Lets it fly for Thielen. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Trevor Williams with a pick. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you've got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
That good for 22 and a 1st down. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his O-line and just went.
So there's two ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Geis with a carry on 2nd down. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now it's Haskins. Jordan Reed has it. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Jordan Reed, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Redskins have taken the lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. It's a big one there for the Vikings. 54 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. On 2nd down, Cousins again. And this one complete to Smith. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. They come out here in the I. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. They run with Hunt. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves them with 3rd and 1. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. They've gotten it to the 1. Can they get that final yard here on 3rd and goal? They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. So Cousins heads to the Vikings sideline, and on is Dan Bailey to try the field goal. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Bailey's kick is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
A call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line.
The Redskins take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Watch the run, watch the run. SOS.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! The Redskins in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it out past the 30. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. They stay on the ground. Geis again. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
Now Haskins, 3rd and long. Aguilar has it. He's at the 30, the 20. Touchdown, Washington. Nelson Aguilar. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Oh, this is blocked. This is going the other way. The big man, get the oxygen tank ready. But he will not be able to bring this one back, and the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
I remember when they changed the rule, and there's a lot of consternation, especially coming from the kickers. Okay, how's this going to affect things, having to kick a longer one now, much more of a field goal attempt, and the defensive guys saw it as an opportunity to get more blocks.
That's exactly right. There's more effort now. Before, when it was snapped down near the goal line, you would basically see guys just stand there.
Yeah, not anymore. Now, those guys are going after it because not only can they knock it away and change a little bit of momentum,
and get 2 points.
They can pick it up and take it back for 2 points.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And some room to maneuver. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one good for 37 yards.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side, but how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle. If you bring your tight end over there, Either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage, you got a chance to rumble.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
On first down, Hunt, and only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Cousins. Complete. It's Johnson. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Gun.
Alert 3, alert 3. Alert 3. Check. Wide, get wide.
Gun. Here we go,
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some.
Ziegler.
He don't want it.
Working out of the gun. Cousins. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to run with Hunt. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Kareem Hunt with touchdown number 8 on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Bailey got the extra point, and that will get him one closer. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Redskins take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. The passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Pick me up. Here we go. 49. Check 49.
Again, they run. Again, it's Geis. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 7 yards there and a first down. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. We come up here on 1st and 10. They toss it to Thompson. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Ready. 50 outlaw. Check. 55 for Mike.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strip.
Check.
On 2nd down, Love. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. The former Pro Bowl linebacker Anthony Barr there to jar it free. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
On 2nd down, it's Hunt. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Cousins on 1st down. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. 7 yards there on the first down screen play.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now Hunt. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. They'll run with Madison. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2, and that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Cousins. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Troy Apke. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Haskins. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important 3rd down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get first downs and eat away at the clock.
The mic, boys. 42. 42's the mic. Here it comes. Here it comes.
3rd down. Here's Haskins. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Pretty nice work defensively there on the 1st down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. The tackle by Matthew Ioannidis.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Hey, Haywood! Gun!
He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The safety blitz works perfectly that time for Landon Collins. The Redskins now going to use the 1st of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Hey, Orbit!
51 to mine.
Cousins to throw for it on 4th. He's going to let it fly. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one.
Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Man, that's trash. That's trash. Let it go.
The Redskins, they can smell victory now. They take a knee.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 24-yard line.
Mine's 59. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
Now a run with Geis. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A pickup of 24. And that's where the play began, the 24-yard line. It's first and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. So a victory here for the Washington Redskins, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance.